Oh, my God. That could not have gone any worse. Brian Cashman, you need to trade for a reliever, and you need to trade for a reliever now. Please. Okay? Please. Oh, my God. That error by Volpe did not help. Did not help. And Clay Holmes loading the bases, of course, did not help. But they scored 3 in the ninth to go up 5-3. And Baltimore scored 3 in the bottom of the ninth to go win 6-5. So they won the series, but they didn't sweep. They had an opportunity to sweep, but they didn't capitalize on it. Clay Holmes blew that one. That was crazy. Too many walks is right. Can't see how too many walks is damn right. Yep. That was crazy. Unbelievable. What's going on, everybody? I know, Rodney, I know. It's like, you got to be kidding me. Could you be any more John Wetland-like, please? My goodness. Please, Brian Cashman. Now that we're heading into the All-Star break, you have 5 days until the next game to please make a move here. This can't be good for Clay Holmes' psyche either. Please go out and get Tanner Scott. Please go out and get somebody. 2 guys, please. All right? This is unbelievable. Ben Rice hit that big home run in the top of the ninth. Like, oh my heavens. And then Alex Verdugo stumbled all over the place. I don't know if he could have caught that or not. I don't know. I really don't know. So, yeah. And then, Volpe didn't. If Volpe made that play, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. So, now the team isn't garbage, Hamilton. I wouldn't say the team is garbage. Let's not do that. Okay. Yeah, the Yankees won the series, but they unfortunately did not finish the sweep. That was a very disheartening loss right there. That sucked. That really sucked. But shout out to all of you in the chat. Smash the like button. Mine. Let's get to 100 likes. Again, unbelievable. Nothing to say there. That's crazy. And Verdugo did not hustle today. There's no denying that, Ethan C. Yeah. No denying that. That's a good question, Lorenzo. He still has a sub-3 ERA. I don't know after today, but we'll see. But yeah, 2 errors to lose the game, pretty much. Pretty much. And, Volpe didn't have a handle of that ball, unfortunately. And again, had he had a handle of it, we wouldn't be talking about this right now, right? So, it is what it is. It is what it is. And, yeah, they win the series. They're 1 game out of first now instead of 2. So, they won 2 out of 3. They tied for first, and they went down. So, they're 1 game out of first heading into the All-Star break. So, and if there's anyone who should be motivated right now to make some moves to get them on the other side of this, it's Brian Cashman. So please make some moves. Tune this team up, right? Make some adjustments. Can't be losing these type of games. We can't be. We have to rebound for it. No, this is not Boone's fault. This is not Boone's fault. No. Yeah, they did snatch the defeat. It was an error by Volpe and a blown save by Clay Holmes. That is not Boone's fault. That's their job to do that, right? Like Ben Rice, yeah, he came out of that little funk he's been in with a very big home run today. Very big home run. I wish the Yankees would have won because that would have really, really kept that good feeling in his stomach. And I'm sure he's not going to lose that good feeling, but losing that game at the end sucks. Really. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Mike, what? It has 13 saves and 18. What is 18? He doesn't have 18 blown saves. You mean 13 out of 18 saves? Is that what you're saying? They did win the series. They could have swept that, but they didn't sweep. Unfortunately, that was a crappy loss by the Yankees. That sucks. And, I think we're all going to be pretty frustrated about that, rightfully so, until Brian Cashman makes a couple moves. And this gives, if there's any other reason you need to make a move, it's this. And again, Clay Holmes is going into a free agent. He's going into his walk year. He's in his walk year. So, bright side, we didn't win the series. Clay, not so bright side, he blew the save, right? And Volpe made an error, which sucks. Now, Clay Holmes this year, I'm looking at his stats here. He's 23. No, wait. 21 for 27 in save opportunities. 6 freaking blown saves. He's 21 for 27 now, Mike Aron. So, we need Volpe. I mean, we need Verdugo to really pick up the intensity. This is why somebody like Jazz Chisholm or Jonathan India will come here and give the team an injection of energy and good character, right? To hopefully, wake up guys like Verdugo and motivate guys like Volpe and the rest of these guys. So, unbelievable. Carlos Estevez is a guy that we've talked about, right? So, yeah. I'm not really complaining too much about Volpe right now, Michael. So, I mean, he's growing, he's only a second. He's only a sophomore, so he'll be fine. But, Holmes did get 4 outs. Yes, he did. The 9th inning was just, it kind of, you saw the writing on the wall. You saw the writing on the wall when this kept happening. Then walking along, I was like, oh, crap. Can't believe this is happening. I'm blaming Roku for this. Why'd you have to televise this game today, Roku, huh? Roku gets the full blunt of my fury. It did hurt. Pacey did hurt. Yeah, Volpe and Dougie they do get that ball 99% of the time. So Dougie stumbled in the outfield. Volpe stumbled in shortstop. So, that's how it ended. That's how it ended. So, but again, yeah. Could the Yankees get Jonathan? Yeah, they could. I mean, they're in discussions with the Reds. I don't know what it will cost, but he's got two more years after this year. So does Jazz Chisholm. So either one of them would be a free agent after 2026. So they're both going to cost a lot. And then if you add a reliever to it, which the Yankees are in discussions with both teams, that it would cost even more. So, but again, those are the types of trades that you're going to need to make if you want to take that next level. You're going to need to make it, right? And you don't want to be losing games like that to the Orioles in the postseason, right? You don't want to do that. No way. So they're going to have to make some strategic, some hopefully intelligent moves. I hope they. There was some talk today about, apparently somebody was saying Bob Nightingale has now said the Yankees are adding Spencer Jones to a Garrett Crochet trade. They did not. I have no reporting anywhere that says they're okay with that. They're insisting on Spencer Jones. They're not insisting on Jason Dominguez. Okay, so they're insisting on Jones, and the Yankees are resisting it. So that's what we're hearing right now. Yeah, I think it was nerves with Volpe, Mike. I would agree with that. Yeah. Well, we'll see about that, Robert. I wouldn't say he doesn't care about championships. I wouldn't go that far. Yeah. I mean, the more they win, the more fans are going to put in seats anyway. The more revenue they're going to bring in. So it makes sense. It's in their best interest to win more games. So, they'll see the Orioles again, Sean. I think in September. I think also I think it's in Camden, if I remember correctly. No. JT Brubaker had another setback. Oh man, what happened, NFA? Shoot. See that this is the reason why the Yankees, would be wise to look into another starter too, right? I'm looking into JT Brubaker. Let's see. What happened to Brubaker? And if I'm not seeing anything. Well, this is true too, Robert. They put fans in the seats, win or lose. Yes. But when they win more, they make more money. But yes, we did let this slip away. There's no denying that. Yes. So we're getting Schmidt back, Ethan. Who else are we getting back? Poteet. Yeah, he could spot start Poteet, yeah. Brubaker saying an oblique injury during his start for July 11th for AAA. And has been shut down from baseball. Wonderful. So there you go. Thank you, NFE. Let me put this up here so people can see this. See? Yeah, if I'm the Yankees, I'm definitely looking to make moves. I mean, it could happen tonight for all we know. Tonight starts the draft, right? Round one of the draft, and it starts at 7 p.m. Goes until Tuesday. There are 20 rounds in the draft, so we'll see what the Yankees do in terms of today and the next couple of days. I will keep you updated no matter what in terms of the Yankees pick. I did a 5-round mock yesterday, mock draft. So, but again, like Ken was pointing out too, and that's a good point. That the baseball draft is different than the football draft, and it's also different than the basketball draft because in basketball and football they go from draft night right to the pros. That very rarely, hardly ever happens in baseball. You got to go up all levels of the system, right? So very, very, very different than it's an also different skill application so on than it is in football and basketball. So there's a reason why baseball draft's not hyped as much as the NBA draft and the NFL draft. So and we'll see, Michael Ryan. I mean, this definitely facilitates the need to make a move. I mean, it really does. So we'll see if they actually do it. Excuses? I mean, did Volpe not commit that error? He did. Had he made that play, there would be no blown save. So this, this did happen today, unfortunately. He does make a lot of great plays, Volpe. Yeah, I mean, he's known for his hustle too. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know some people are calling for Verdugo to be traded now. We'll see what that happens. We'll see if that happens. No, you're not missing anything. CeeLo, you're right. He did pitch the bases loaded. It was a collective loss between Holmes and the gloves, Volpe and then Verdugo. I mean, they all own this loss, right? All of them. Unfortunately, it's a shitty feeling. That's for sure. That sucks. I wish. I mean, Ben Rice would have been the hero of that game. Look how quickly Craig Kimbrell ran onto the field after Cedric Mullins hit that little shot that went over Verdugo's head at the end to win the game. So, but you're right too, Ben. Ken. Yeah, the bottom of the line was getting it done today. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Verdugo has been slumping big time. He's down he's like 235. He's got 10 homers, 45 ribbies. It's just, he's been way worse than he's been the first 2 months of the season. That's for sure. It was so much better before. But again, it was also guys were playing in a better spot in the lineup too when Stanton was here, when he was batting fourth or fifth, and those guys were in a more natural spot. So I think once Stanton comes back and he's productive and healthy, it'll give him a shot in the arm. But they still, I'll see this again. Judge and Soto at 2-3 makes sense. What they do at 1 and 4 to set the table at the top at the 4 and to back up the 2 and the 3 at the 4 spot, I mean, it is so important. And if the Yankees brought in a good 1 and a 4, and it could be second base and third base, the Yankees lineup would be different. The makeup of this team would be different. So Ryan McMahon, like if they got Ryan, let's just say hypothetically, they got Ryan McMahon for third base and they got Jonathan India for second base, the whole lineup would look completely different. Completely different. So no decision yet. They said that he's they said that he's likely going to come back without rehab games. Likely, but they haven't confirmed that right after the All-Star break. So, yeah, I mean, but we'll say like the story, the story's changing a little bit each day. So I think they're going to play it day by day when it comes to Stanton. I really do. So Dominguez is out. I mean, Dominguez could be out for the rest of the season. He could be. And this is a crappy loss, and to that injury. That's, I mean, not only today, but losing guys like Dominguez for these massive injuries doesn't help. Doesn't help. I mean, it really doesn't. So, by Brian Hoke today, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. And if they keep changing their position, Ty Jones, what Jones? Jahmai Jones? It can't be Spencer Jones. Ketel Marte and Tevin Newman. Can't be Spencer Jones, right? Paul, I mean, I think he messed up a lot of people's days, but you know what? I did. I did. Lost my train of thought. Oh well. Yeah, I don't think Spencer Jones. They're gonna move Jones for Ketel Marte and Kevin Newman. I can't see them doing that. I can't see Christian Walker or Marte being traded from the Diamondbacks the way that they're playing now. They're playing better than they have before. This is the problem right now for the trade deadline, right? Teams that were playing crummy early on are playing much better now, and then they're in contention. Whatever that means, if they're at 500 or a little bit under 500, they're still in contention. So they're likely going to try to add to what they have to try to go for it, to try to make the playoffs. So, it's yeah. I mean, we're hearing Dominguez returns baseball. I know they shut him. Rehab's been going slow, so on. So I'm keeping tabs on Dominguez. That's all. But I'm not expecting him back anytime soon. Like we've talked about this. If we're if he's a September call-up, we'll probably be lucky. In all honesty. So Benny Hill music in the background, Hector. Yeah, I know. The Pirates are around 500. Yeah, I mean it's the Pirates, the freaking Pirates. It's like, oh my god, but they are. The Cardinals are playing better. Teams that we thought would likely be sellers are likely not going to be sellers now. And players they have on their team could be helpful to the Yankees, and which makes it harder. So, David Cohen, thank you for being with the family, man. Thank you for your loyalty as always, man. Always appreciate you. Not at the price of Spencer Jones. Spencer Jones, I think, is better than a Dodgers or Padres prospect. So, yeah, I mean, if you can get him for less, then something you've got to investigate. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not surprised that the White Sox are holding a high price, a high premium on Garrett Crochet. I mean, yeah, they're going to create a bidding war. They really are. They're going to create a bidding war between some teams and try to get a team to overpay. I mean, that's what they're supposed to do. So, what the overpay is, we have no idea. But again, Garrett Crochet is also being converted from a reliever to a starter. He hasn't shown any setbacks of durability yet, but he's had injuries in the past. So that's something we've got to factor in too. And who knows if they would move him back to the bullpen or a long relief? We have no idea. No idea. All right. Some of them do, Robert, but they won't sell big pieces, teams in convention, for the most part. I mean, if the Yankees sign, so I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Kenzilla. I mean, left field's going to be open for Verdugo. So, and Dominguez hasn't shown that he's locked up that spot yet. He hasn't had an opportunity, not staying healthy now, which is unfortunate. Spencer Jones does need to cut on some Ks, yes, but he's made huge improvements to his swing and his mechanics and his performance. Just like Dominguez went through the same problem in Double A. Made adjustments and then stepped it up just like Jones would. And Jones is rated higher than Dominguez in almost every metric. So, I think Kevin, I think Jack Neely, he should get called up. Get a reliable right hand. Yeah. And if he pitches well, maybe he'll replace Clay Holmes. We have no idea. Crazy. This was a crappy. It was a crappy loss, guy. There's no doubt about that. Can't call up Pereira. He's out this year for Tommy John, Ethan. Yeah. I mean, they've got Oscar Gonzalez in AAA that they can call up. They do have that. But you're right too. Average players will cost a ton. Yeah, they will. Yeah, that's just the market right now at the trade deadline, especially now where less teams are probably going to be buyers, and so the product price is going to go up, and these people know that they're going to try and create bidding wars. Everson Perez out for the Tommy John surgery. Yeah. John, I'm guessing they called up Vivas, but I'm guessing I said this earlier too. They probably played Torres today because he was 3 for 4 yesterday with an RBI. They probably want to. Hopefully he does again. He had 2 in late in the game, and want to try to increase his trade value as much as possible, in case they trade him. I don't know if they will, but in case they trade him. But if they acquire Jazz Chisholm or Jonathan India for second base, then it's pretty telltale sign that Torres is either going to get moved in a DFA or a release or a trade. He has no spot after that, right? He does have a spot now. Yeah. I think the price was too high. Well, Robert, I mean, Brian Reynolds we talked about too, but he wanted to. At the end of the day, he said he wanted to stay in Pittsburgh, and they gave him like an 8-year extension, so at like a very reasonable price. So they got freaking lucky. They got lucky. Now Verdugo has definitely not locked up that spot. I don't think he's going to be here anyway, regardless. Next year, no. But Dominguez hasn't locked it up either. But again, would I be surprised if Dominguez was called up in September if he's ready? No, I wouldn't be surprised at all. So, winning this series definitely helped. It was the first series we won in like 6 weeks, and we needed that. But that was a crappy loss to end the first half of the season. No. But can they come out of this stronger in the second half? Yeah, they can. But they still have, they have the Mets, they get the Phillies. They still have a couple of daunting series before August hits. And then once August hits, the schedule lightens up a little bit. But not until then. Yep. Verdugo has been, he's been slumping. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt that Verdugo has been slumping, right? So, yeah, I mean, remember like a week ago we were talking about, oh, yeah, the Rays are going to sweep the Yankees, or Rays are going to sweep. What if they win? What if they lose all 6? Remember that? That was being peddled by a couple of channels and people. That didn't happen. They went 3-3 in this series, the Yankees. 3-3. So, this is why we don't do talking points and stuff like that and hypotheticals, because you never know what's going to happen. They lost the series against the Rays. They won the series against the Orioles, thankfully. No, and it's just the way that it is. The Royals got a starting pitcher from the Nationals today? I did not, Ken. Let's see. Let's have a look. Who did the Royals get? Not seeing it yet. Oh, wait. Yes. Hunter Harvey from the Nationals. MLBTradeRumors.com. Thank you, Ken. They bolstered their bullpen with the acquisition of right-hander Hunter Harvey, as the Nationals announced that Harvey will head to Kansas City in exchange for third baseman Caden Wallace and the Royals' competitive balance round day pick, which is 39th overall in the 2024 draft. So they added to their bullpen. He's got, in his 45 innings in out of the Washington's bullpen, he has a 4.20 ERA. So he's got 3.22 ERA over 22 innings and 26 appearances. Okay. So they added a reliever. And again, I'm not surprised the Royals are adding pieces already. With the moves that they made in free agency, they need to add some. If they want to be competitive in the Central, you're going to have to do stuff to beat the Guardians. The Guardians are good. The Guardians are very good. So, but we need the Yankees to keep up with these teams too. Yep. No, Boone, stop, Ethan. Boone didn't lose these games. That's not our biggest problem. That might be your biggest problem. All right. Clay Holmes lost this game. Anthony Volpe did. And even now it's for Dewey, not Boone. Boone is just a convenient, you know, excuse for people who like to blame him for everything. Right? It's crazy. And we're not here saying Boone's a great manager. He's a good manager. His record says that. His record proves that. Can he do things better? Sure, Ethan. I figured you were joking. He was joking, yeah. I know. I'm busting your chops, Ethan. You gotta get it right, man. We bust chops here too. Ethan's Ethan's joking. We're just we're playing with him. We're playing with him. Channels are always trashing Boone. It's a joke, but whatever. Texas Buckeyes in the place. The Buckeyes here, the king of Texas. Yeah, that. You're not trading away from Mason. Nah, Mason Miller looked nasty the other day against the Phillies. I saw him. He was nasty, throwing 104 on a regular, but I worry about his arm. I worry about Tommy John for him. Joe, yeah, Dominguez is hurt. I mean, he's missing 8 weeks. He had an oblique injury, but that's been I think 3 weeks ago or something like that. So he's probably almost halfway through his rehab, and it was supposed to initially be a short term, but then they said the extent of the oblique injury was going to miss 8 weeks. So it's a crappy time for Dominguez to miss playing time because he could have essentially replaced Giancarlo Stanton at the DH spot, and he hasn't been able to. So, right, yeah, I mean, Mason Miller. I mean, I wonder who would overpay for him. It's going to be a ridiculous overpay. It's going to be ridiculous overpay. I mean, Tanner Scott's going to be a pretty high premium, but he's going to be a free agent at the end of this year too. Mason Miller has 5 years of control after this year. 5, and he's only 25 years old. So that's gonna cost a premium, an absolute premium. So, by the way, gang, smash that thumbs up and a like button if you don't mind. Let's try to get over 100 likes as quickly as we possibly can. And again, this is it's we're gonna hear a lot of different things about over the next couple weeks. We are 16 days away from the trade deadline on the 30th, and I will be live that day to go over the moves that happened during the trade deadline. So if you're around, you can listen in the background if you want to do that. I'll keep you updated on everything. Last year I was on with Joey from the shift, so I'll be on again this year. And support my Guyana feed too. My Guyana feed, and if you're not doing anything that day, hop on with me. We can go live together. But I have a feeling maybe that's being considered as an option. Timothy put Hill in the closer role and get another solid starting pitcher. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Hill has a Mason Miller type arm. He doesn't throw 104, but he throws 100. So are Arias and Rodriguez good enough for a good return for me? Rodriguez, which Rodriguez are you talking about? So Arias, you can get a pretty good return for Roderick Arias. Yeah. That's the thing, Ken. Yeah, exactly. A couple days ago, they did report it. That he hasn't been able to do much down at the Tampa complex. So his rehab is going slow, Dominguez, and that's somewhat of a discouraging sign. But that's the unfortunate reality. This is why you might see an Oscar Gonzalez up here. You might see someone else, and it doesn't help having Dominguez out and Everson Pereira out. That stinks. Man, Consiglietti, man, just be careful out there, man. I hope you're all right in Texas, man. Being out of power. Do I think they can move Nestor Cortez, but you'd have to have a good return for Nestor Cortez. He's got another year left too before he's a free agent. But it depends on what you can get in return. Like if they can get a Tarek Scoop, or if they can get a Nathan Eovaldi or something like that to fortify the rotation, then maybe they'll move Cortez. But I just don't know at this point. I just don't know. Yeah, yeah. I hope everybody in Texas is all right. I really do. Parallel move for another starting pitcher to be attracted to him. Yeah, I mean, there are teams, Army Chow Man, there are teams like even the Cardinals who could use a starting pitcher of Cortez's caliber, and some other channels that can use not channels, teams that can use Cortez's services too. But we just don't know who they are yet. I mean, it's really hard to identify what teams are going to be sellers at this point or buyers. The sellers, we know a couple that are going to be obvious, but aside from that, we have no idea. And so, Ethan, thank you for the super chat, my friend. I think if you can get Mason Mill without Jones or Dominguez, then that's a different story. I would consider that too. Cortez for Donovan, Brandon Donovan from the Cardinals. I wonder if he's available. We don't know yet. And the Cardinals might be buyers now too, because they're playing better too. So if you got Mason Miller and Tanner Scott, that would be like an insane trade deadline. But that wouldn't solve the offensive problems. It would solve the bullpen problems. It would help. But it wouldn't do anything for the offensive problem. They would still need to make some moves on the offensive side as well. So you got that right, Val. It did hurt a lot. Which is why I think they'd be wise to bring in a very good reliever. To put us in a better, just put us in a better spot late in the game. Yeah. Yo, is Mom from Puerto Rico? What's good? Shout out Puerto Rico. Boricua. Shout out. Yeah, if you had hit that thumbs up, hit that like button if you haven't done that yet, gang. Let's try to get to 100 likes as quickly as we can. It's always helpful when we get to 100 in these live streams. We will have 3 or 4 veterans that we can trade and a ton of product. Yeah, I mean, we do. Question is, do the other teams want our veterans and our prospects? That's the other question, right? And that's the only, that's a grade 2 quad strain for Trevino, so he could be out more than 10 days. He could be out for a month. Trevino, for all we know. Grade 2 grade 2 strain is basically a level before you have slight tears. Grade 3 is where you have a slight tear. So, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, we're still a game out at first. But again, playing this terribly over the last, I'd say, month, we're only a game out. That's pretty darn good. Yep. Our biggest need, second base, third base, and closer. And I think I would add another reliever to that too, Quadzilla. I would add another reliever to it. I think 2 relievers and 2 infielders would be, if they can somehow pull that off, that would be a nice deadline for the Yankees. It really, really would be. Yeah, and I think they need to be exactly. They need to be strategic in terms of who they bring in here. It's got to be someone who's going to be a gamer, who's going to be aggressive, who's going to be sure, have good chemistry with the team. So it's got to be strategic. And they can call up Neely. They certainly can. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we need the right. They need the right players here. There's no doubt about that. They need the right players. Absolutely. Something like that. Ethan. I mean, I would say 2 infielders, 2 relievers, and potentially a starting pitcher. But that's 5 players. That's a lot to add to the roster. That's 20% of your 26-man roster. So who would they have to move on from is the question, right? I don't know, Robert. We'll see if they get Band-Aids or not. I don't know. Yep. Paul Sewald is an interesting one, but he's with the Diamondbacks, and I don't know if the Diamondbacks are going to trade now. They might be looking to add. Damn right we have to go on Soto. Yeah. We want to try to maximize this team to hopefully win a championship for Judge and for Soto and everybody else and Cole. No doubt. 100%. And Ryan Eggman's been my first choice for third base for weeks now, so even months, and I've talked about him. And if they can pull him from the Rockies, then not only that would be a huge trade, but it'd be and I would put him right at the 4 spot after Judge, before Stanton, right? And then you can back guys at 6, you back Rice 6, so you can back Verdugo 7th, and all of a sudden the lineup is longer, and you have guys hitting in more natural spots, and then you have even more consistent production from the second half of the lineup. Yeah, bring Mo. Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. Um, I don't know yet, David. If we get Tanner Scott here, I mean, I think he would probably be 8th inning unless Clay Holmes falters, and then they might move him to the 9th. I don't think they're going to bring in somebody who's going to throw it, that much up into chaos. I think they want to keep Clay Holmes at closer until Tanner Scott proves otherwise that he can handle here and so on. So I'm curious to see what happens. Doyle, who's Doyle, Ethan? Who's Doyle? Can you see any trade scenarios where Yankees move Judge to a cleanup to get more production from? I don't know. Maybe, but I think it's a good fit. Judge right after Soto. I think they're going to work around that. I think, but you never know. No, no chicken parm for Volpe tonight. No, he gets some ramen noodles tonight. Yeah. I don't know about that, Michael Ryan. I would give the Yankees a little bit more than that. Faltering, I don't know. He's had a couple of bad games. Clay Holmes know that about that, but yeah. Um, David Robertson. Yeah, I was talking to little Ken about last night about it. He had a pretty good game yesterday for Texas. I mean, he's reliable, but he's also 39, so I'm not exactly sure the Yankees want to go down that road. The Yankees have an opportunity to probably get younger. They probably want to capitalize on it. If they have, and if these guys have multiple controllable years, I think they want to capitalize on that too. But we just don't know yet. We don't know what the Yankees are going to do. Like, let's see. Let's look and see if they've done anything after the game. It might take a little while. Not hearing anything yet or seeing anything yet. Not seeing anything yet for the Yankees. No. Yep. I expected that game to end a little bit better than it did today too. Daniel was, yeah. I mean, I think ideally in the perfect way you keep Judge in a 3 hole and you put Soto at 2 like they are now. Beyond that, I think again the 1 and 4 pieces are going to be the important ones because it makes it much more difficult to pitch around the guys after the 1, especially if he gets on base quite a bit. Mm-hmm. One of the things Diamondbacks are going to also look for third basemen. Shaylor at 3. Well, but yeah, Diamondbacks look for third baseman. Maybe you can give Oswaldo Cabrera for third base in exchange for a reliever, but well, I don't know. I don't know. Cortez, Neely, Glaber, and Van Meter for Anderson, Neto, Luis Garcia, and Kokanovic. Who? Who are you referring to, Army Chami? Interesting. What team are you referring to, Army Chami? It might stem back from Kansas City. I mean, that might have rattled them, right? No. Yeah, I think the Yankees have the best shot at re-signing Soto. I do. But until it actually happens, until it's signed on the dotted line, you never know. You never know. Wow, Brandon Doyle. Okay. Chad Green. He's another guy, Chad Green. Mm-hmm. Money in trades about equal. Yankees get taking on 13 million for Anthony Davis. Interesting. No, Tyler Anderson, yes. Could you get Anderson and Estevez? Maybe. That'd be a nice little trade. But then that that doesn't solve the offensive problem. Like bats don't solve the pitching problem. So they would still need to keep moving on after that trade. So I'm hoping that they make some smart trades. I really am. I really do. Yeah. D-backs just added. We got Castro from tier 1. Oh, nice. Yeah. Jose struggles after 2 outs. We got the ground ball and easy. Yeah, you're not wrong. And you're gonna go after another outfielder. Just focus on. Ty, you talking about the draft or in trade deadline? Mm-hmm. Well, he's our closer until they bring in somebody else. Unfortunately, that's unfortunate. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's a 7-8 inning guy. Okay, no trades. I think I can't see them making no trades. I can't do that. Tyler's a closer has been pretty interesting. Okay, I feel good about this team. I'll feel better once they make a couple of deadline moves. I think they're going to be missing some pieces to make a deep run in baseball. So I think if they fortify the bullpen, if they fortify the infield, then I feel a hell of a lot better, and I'd be more comfortable saying that I think they'll have a good shot at making a World Series. You know, so. hmm Name's Jason William. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's. You think so? Joe, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate that, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Boone defend him. Well, I mean, not gonna expect him to throw him under the bus. I'm not surprised. He defends his players to a fault. Yeah. John Birdie yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'll stop him because he has one more year of control, and like picking up a corner infielder in a draft would not affect anything like his. Very unlikely that they'd be up in the majors this year or next year anyway. So, but a building block for the future, they'd be wise to pick up a corner infield from the college levels based on what we're seeing that's available, right? Um, Max Payroll, that's a good question, but I'm not sure. Max Payroll, the Yankees are. I mean, they're at the max payroll now, so I don't know what they're going to do beyond that. It's a good question, Bill. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll add 10 million. I don't know. 'Cause, I mean, I think they're going to try to offset some salary too. So, how much? Not sure yet. So, I hope they pull up some major trades too. I mean, they need to. They need to pull off some just good trades. Good smart trades. Oh, the Yankees option Vivas back to AAA Scranton already. Oh man, that stinks. Be nice if they had played him. Mm-mm. What was the point of that? My question. Hmm. Hmm. They optioned Vivas back to AAA already. Oh gosh. What is RCB, William? Charles Prime free agent. Hmm. Is he really? Good defense in the outfield. Abe Torch, I mean. Ay, 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 ay. So the Yankees have optioned out Yorba Vivas back to AAA. I wonder whose move that was. Whose call that was. Yeah, that's baloney. It would have been nice to see him play. Would have. Or maybe they sent him back down because their All-Star break is not the same time, and they want him to send him back down so he can play games. I don't know. I want him to stay because the Yankees, there's no baseball in Yankee Land for the next 5 days. So maybe they're sending him down for that reason. I can't confirm that though. Maybe they're sending him down for that. That I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it could be that, Jonah. I just don't know if that's. I mean, that would make sense to me, but I don't know if that's the case or not. I can't confirm it. So, yeah. Well, that's the thing, Danny. I mean, they didn't play Vivas. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing for that one. It's unfortunate. No, we're not talking about cricket, William. Cricket? This is baseball, child. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they have to make a move or two at the bullpen. There's no doubt about that, champs. No doubt about that. Besides Jones, if you're on team, I mean, they've got more bats, they've got arms, so they've got a lot of depth. The problem with a lot of the depth that they have is it's in the lower levels of the system. They only have a few guys at the very top that could provide them value from AAA right now. So, and that's the thing. Like even Spencer Jones is in AA. We need to get him up to AAA. So, yeah. Tour might just cost cash considering. I mean, maybe they'll do that. I'm not sure. That's fine too, Borden. People are entitled to believe that. They regard both of them high. And like I said too, I'd rather see them both in the lineup here instead of pitting them up against each other. I'd rather see them both here. Jones and Dominguez. But if we're gonna trade something like that, it's got to be for a top player, top pitcher with lots of controllable years. Can't be any other way. Like I was no way I was gonna trade Spencer Jones for 1 year Corbin Burns. There's no way. Yeah. Celebratory music? Are they playing that, Marcel? Yeah, I don't watch the post games in these. When we're doing our own post game. Well, if I'm done, I'm really buckling down and saying, if I'm Cashman, I'm on the phones right now. I'm on the phones right now. Really, I definitely am. No. Yeah, I hope they're not, acting like they're celebrating. That's for damn sure. Celebrate after that? No. It should be expected that the Yankees win more of these series than lose these series. I don't think Volpe's job is insecure. I don't know about that. Why would he feel that way? And who are they going to replace him with? Who would they replace him with, Jonathan? My post game is a lot, but I could see you getting on the S Network eventually. Thanks, man. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. We try to stay level headed here, So, and that's why I like keep it, just try to keep it all level headed at all times. and trying to rile people up and all that stuff. I understand people want to get riled up, and I get where Yankee fans, it comes with the territory. But it's at the end of the day, whether they win or lose, it's important to, at least in my opinion, to be accurate with information and get the facts here. But I know I piss off some people with certain takes because I call out propaganda, and people want to unsubscribe, go right ahead. Bye. I'd rather cleanse the channel of people who want me to peddle propaganda than not. I'll take less subs and cleanse the channel of that garbage. I'm not here for subs. I'd rather keep my, integrity intact and my common sense intact than just try to get as many subs as I can. I don't need a Discord community to troll other people. I don't need that. So, but again, yeah, Daniel. I know 5 days. I mean, I really hope there's some good news to report in the next couple days. Trades and whatever else. Like, I mean, I'll be covering the draft over the next 3 days. It starts tonight at 7 p.m. So, what are we gonna do to Holmes and Virginia? It's a good question. I don't know, Felix. I don't know. Maybe they're looking at other options for both those guys. But the problem, one of the problems is they don't leak this type of stuff. They don't tell us. So, and then I know it comes at the frustration of a lot of fans but that also leads to speculation and conspiracy theories and blah, blah, blah. So, right? So, well, yeah, exactly. We don't need to dismantle the team. They will lose games. They will lose some games. I mean, but, it's games like this that show you that, they need to make maybe an adjustment here and an adjustment there, as if we didn't know this already. So, but you're right. I mean, they're in second place. They're only a game out of first, heading into the All-Star break. So, yeah. People look, man. They get pissed off at stuff like, I'm not even going to talk about last night. It's crazy. It's a waste of, it's crazy. Jack, I did a mock draft yesterday, 5-round mock draft. But I will report after the Yankees make picks, Jack. I will report on the picks that they made, and I'll get you as much detail on the picks that they make. So, but if you haven't seen my mock draft rounds 1 through 5, I would encourage you to check it out. I think it gives you some insight in terms of what they would need to. I mean, I think that, in my opinion, they need to draft at the college level for the first 5 rounds. And particularly corner infield, because that's where we're light. We're heavy in middle infield. We're light on the corner infield. And, drafting college players at the corner infield spots put us in a better position to kind of accelerate through the system a little bit quicker, Jack. But I got you covered. Once after they make draft picks, I'll get it. I'll get the info out to you. And let me take a look here. Is it MLB draft by day? Rounds by day. It is the first round today, round 1 and 2 today, and then tomorrow rounds 3 through 10, and then rounds 11 through 20 on Tuesday. So that's what it's going to be like. So you get 2 rounds today. I'll get you the first 2 picks, right? So I'll get them to you. Don't worry. Yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, we're essentially both getting out of our slumps. So, and this series kind of woke up both teams, not only us, but them too. Today woke them up. But so did that bench clearing incident the other day. Yeah, some contact hitting corner. Yes, Daniel, 100%. 100%. So, until for equal teams, probably 5 years until they can't afford the stars that develop. It's true. That is true too, Jonah. Very true. Yep. But that's what I got for you. So I'll be back later, okay, with the draft. And stay tuned, gang. Like I said, hit the likes on the way out. If you're not subbed to the channel, hit the sub button too. Okay. Really, I want to keep you in the loop on everything that happens with the draft and everything that happens after that too, because we have 16 days until the trade deadline on the 30th. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens. So baseball, American cricket, except it's not fun. I wouldn't say about that, William. That's your opinion. I don't find cricket fun, but that's just me. Yeah. Compensatory pick. Not that I know of. Not tonight. Not that I know of, Ken. I looked at compensatory picks. I haven't seen any with the Yankees. At least not in the first 2 rounds or after the first 2 rounds. After that, let's see. Comp picks. Early draft compensation picks. Prospect promotion list. I don't see any right now. Compensation picks list. Let me try the list. Let's see. We have any comp picks? Competitive bounce selections. Yeah, not enough. The Brewers, Twins, Padres, and Diamondbacks have the most selections with 22 each, while the Dodgers and Giants have the fewest with 18. No. Yankees pick 26th, and then prospect promotion incentive picks, the Diamondbacks and the Orioles after round 1. Compensation picks, the Twins have it after round 1. Competitive balance round A, picks 34 to 39. Brewers, Diamondbacks, Guardians, Pirates, Rockies, Royals. Okay? And then round 2, the Yankees pick 53. Pick 53. So they're the 13th pick in the second round. And then competitive rounds, round B, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 picks, none of which are the Yankees. Compensation picks are the Angels. Round 3, the Yankees pick 89th pick tomorrow. So essentially like the 13th or 14th pick in round 3. Then they go 119. They're the 15th pick in round 4. So they kind of they're in the middle after that, in every round. But I don't see any compensatory picks for the Yankees in between any of the early rounds. So I'm not going live for the draft, Jonathan. I'll just report on it. The draft that's spread out too long. So I'll report on the picks that they make. Yeah. I will go live on trade deadline day. That's definitely gonna happen. So yeah. Competitive balance picks or compensatory picks, they're set up to maintain parity. Yeah, exactly right. They're set up to maintain parity in MB. If you lose a high performing free agent, you get a comp pick. Yep, that's right. It's a good point, Army. Absolutely. Yeah, if you didn't sign last year's draft deal, you get a comp pick. This is right. Absolutely, Ken. But that's what I got. Shorts. Most likely. Well, Kevin, I mean, I might tomorrow rounds 3 through 10. I'll put out a video and recap all 8 rounds, and then Tuesday when I do 11 through 20, I'll put out a video and recap all 10 rounds. I'll probably do that tonight. I might do shorts to go over picks 1 and 2, or something like that. So that's what I'll probably do, Kevin. But one way or another, you'll get all the information. That is my word. So, that sound good? So that's what I got for you. All right, have a great night, everybody. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And thankfully, the Yankees won a series. It's a crappy way to lose today, but it is what it is, right? So, and hopefully, this break into the All-Star game gives the Yankees some time to make some moves. Gives Brian Cashman time to make some moves, and hopefully he will. But I'll keep you updated no matter what. But I'll be here, Jonah. I'll be here, still reporting stuff, no doubt about it. I don't know. I'm not sure if we'll go live in the next couple of days, but I'll definitely be reporting everything that happens no matter what. So, and maybe at the end of the draft, I'll go live so we can recap the whole thing. Right? So, yeah, Raziel, I mean, it looks like they stumbled into it. They possibly. But they did beat them 2 out of 3, so I'll take that. I'll take it. Whether a win is ugly or whether a win it's good looking, I'll take the win. Period. So, but yeah, keep your notifications on. Hit the like button on the way out. Make sure you're subbed here, and I'll take care of everything else. Have a great night. Peace and love to all of yous. Over now.